Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to talk about my custom heads for my Batman Premium format by Sideshow Collectibles. Now as you can see, I have quite a selection of heads to choose from when I'm displaying this piece. I have 5 heads here. 2 of them are original heads and 3 of them are custom heads that I got later. What I'm going to do in this video is to discuss each head. And of course I'm also going to show you what it looks like when you are displaying the statue with each of these heads attached. And give you some pictures of that and go over each piece in that regard. But let's just dive right in, guys. I have 5 heads here. This is the first one I'm going to talk about. It's one of the original heads. It's sculpted by Martin Canal. And I really like this head. It's definitely my favorite of the 2 original heads. I love the way that Batman is looking to his left here. It really makes the pose and design look so good, in my opinion. I like the shorter ears and the facial expression as well. The other original head is the one over on the most right here. This one is sculpted by Andy B. And it's probably my least favorite head, and the main reason for that is his nose. I feel that the nose is a bit too, well, it looks a bit too much like a beak. And that takes away from my, well, I just feel that it takes away from the piece, quite honestly. I like the longer ears though, and it's definitely still a very nice sculpt. It's nicely made and everything. And I know a lot of collectors prefer that head. And I can see why you would do that, because it's a very nice head in any case. But I just feel that the nose is a bit off, and that just takes away from the head. For me at least. So I prefer the Martin Canal version of the 2 original heads. Now the 3 custom heads I have lined up here, I'm going to talk about these 2 first. They are of course identical, as you can see. They were commissioned, or it was commissioned by Danny Ocean and sculpted by Thiago Provin. And the one on the right here is the one I got first. I already did a video of this head actually. It's painted by Sean Andre, I believe his name was. And he did a very fine job, definitely. The other one is a head I got recently actually. And I wanted to get another head because I wanted to have it painted by a different artist. This time around it was painted by Kevin Farrer, also known as Dark Spidey Customs. Most of you probably know who that is. He does awesome repaints and stuff, and I can highly recommend him. He did a very fantastic job with this piece. A very professional guy, definitely. As you can see, the skin tones of both of these heads are lighter than the skin tones of the original heads. And this is one of the points of criticism that the original standard heads have received ever since the statue came out. That the skin tone is a bit too dark. And when you look at them lined up here, you can really see the difference as well. And I'm sure that Sideshow wanted to give this piece some kind of 5 o'clock shadow or something, a beard thing, shading going. And they did an okay job. I don't know if the ones I got are not as severe as the ones other people have received. Because I have seen some pictures and it sure looked dark on some pictures. It's a good idea adding shading to the, well, some kind of beard to the face, but I feel that Sideshow probably overdid it a bit here. Right, the final piece, my most recent piece or custom, is this one. It was commissioned by Francois, most of you know him as Mad X Collector. It's sculpted by Troy McDevitt and was painted by Mike Najera. And both Troy and McDevitt does original artwork as well. Troy does original sculpts, and Mike, he does prototype paints also for Sideshow actually. So this is a very high-end finished product, and it does look nice. I call this the Bruce Wayne head because I feel that this is more Bruce Wayne than Batman somehow. Of course he has the cowl though on the back here, which somehow resembles the Mike Canal mask a bit, I suppose. And it's a nice detail that the cowl is here on the back as well. It just really gives this custom head that extra little detail, which makes it very appealing in my opinion. And I feel that Mike Najera did a very fantastic job with the skin tones here. It really makes it pop. A very nice piece, definitely. It's difficult for me to pick my favorite of these custom heads, but I have to say that if I am going to display the Batman piece, I'm going to probably go with one of the heads here on the left. This one, or this one. They are probably my top 3 of these heads. Right guys, I'm just gonna set up the camera now so you can see what it looks like when I'm displaying each of these heads on the Batman statue. So give me 2 seconds while I set that up. Alright guys, here we have him with the Martin Canal sculpt on, and as I said already, I prefer this one of the 2 original heads. I feel that the way he's looking to his left here really adds to the overall sculpt and the expression of the piece. The idea that he's guarding Gotham from atop some building or something like that, getting an overview. I feel that this is really translated into the sculpt when he's using this head. When he's displayed with this head, sorry. So Martin Canal really did a good job here, and I find that it's almost as if this statue should have been born with this sculpt, this head here, because it just really completes the look of it. But right, I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna put on the Andy B head now. Now these are not custom heads, I know, but I just wanted to show you what they look like before I put on any of the custom heads. So you have them fresh in your memory. This is the NDB one, looking straight ahead. My least favorite one, as I already said, but it has some qualities to it though, the facial expression for one thing. So NDB did definitely do a good job here, but I do personally prefer the Martin Canal head instead. I'm gonna take it off right away, and I'm gonna skip the head that I already did a review of. Instead, I'm just gonna put on the one that I got from Kevin instead. This one. Now, as you can see, it's the same head as you've probably seen before. The paint job, the paint application here is amazing. Kevin did a really fantastic job. You have a really nice texture and finish to this piece. It fits on seamlessly. The color variation is almost impossible to spot, so it fits on perfectly and could have easily been something that you would have thought came with the piece originally, definitely. The flesh tones are very nice here, and you can definitely detect some Jim Lee inspiration going on in this sculpt, and that really makes the piece come alive to me, because I really like the artwork of Jim Lee. So a really nice alternative head here, and I'm definitely gonna display my Batman Premium format with this head over the course of time. I'm probably gonna change the head from time to time, but this is definitely going to be on my main roster. Right, and finally we have my most recent head here, the one sculpted by Troy McDevitt, painted by Mike Najera, the unmasked or Bruce Wayne head here, and I really feel this is a high quality sculpt. I mean, it really gives this piece a very unique look. You would expect him to have just his Batman cowl on, but this really adds a new dimension to this statue. Being able to see Bruce Wayne, being able to see the man beneath the cowl, behind the cowl. So yeah, definitely a good job with the sculpt here. The paint application is flawless also, in my opinion. The beard, I've seen Kevin do another variation of the beard, which is what was also fantastic. But personally, I probably prefer it like this. I don't know if it's because I'm biased, because I already have it like this, but I really like this look to the beard here. And in any case, it just looks amazing. So yeah, a really nice sculpt, and I'm definitely gonna display my Batman Premium format with this head from time to time. Now I'm actually gonna wrap up this review by setting up all my heads next to each other once again, and because there's one thing I forgot to mention, but you'll see that in a few seconds. Alright guys, what I forgot to mention were these two holders or bases that I got on the left here. They look slightly different to each other. That's because this one was painted by Sean and this one was painted by Kevin, and I got each of them along with the Jim Lee heads here. In any case, they look fantastic, and what they allow me to do is to, well, of course, pick one head, have it displayed on top of my statue, and then also pick two other heads. I'm going to start with the one by Kevin here, and I'm going to take one of the originals and put on here. And as you can see, this allows me to create almost a kind of mini bust that I can display right next to my premium format. And this allows me to admire and enjoy more than just one head at a time on a daily basis, which is nice to me because I really like many of these heads here, and I want to be able to have them close, but I don't want to bother with swapping them all the time on the statue itself. And this is a very nice solution in my opinion. It really looks good. Even the original one, as you can see here, it fits on perfectly, and it really makes the custom pieces and just the heads look more exclusive somehow. So a really good idea, I think. A really nice thought here. I don't know, guys, if any of these custom heads or the holders here are still available out there. But if you should run into one or be able to get one, I can highly recommend them. They are really nicely done and the quality is really good. Right, guys, I think that basically covers everything I wanted to say. If you have any thoughts or questions or comments or anything, go ahead and post them. I'm very curious to see what your thoughts are on these customs. And if you did like my video, please hit me a like and subscribe to my videos, guys. That really helps out a lot and motivates me into doing more of these kinds of videos in the future. Right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Do take care, and I'll see you in the next one.